So this is kind of my personal setup right now. I'm just doing stuff and whatnot. Addictions to one side, huion drivers that side, and Photoshop, which is kind of the main thing that kind of worries me with my drawing tablet. If I try to draw right now, you can see it's kind of blocky-ish and stuff like that. If kind of doesn't feel normal, and when I try to draw strokes like these, you can just feel like it trails off a bit more. It's something it's hard to say. It's hard to see, really, but as you artist yourself and have been using a few more drawing tablet, it definitely feels off in some way that I can't really explain. And for most of my time these days, the main thing I kind of used to blame this on is actually the huion drivers or whatever. The huion drivers suck, it often just die for no reason. I used to have an issue where whenever I draw the mouse using or the sensor, usually the correction doesn't feel really right. So when I put it over here and tilt things over, you can kind of feel like the bubble is kind of off the point, and I can calibrate this 1,000 times with different adjustment points, but it wouldn't really work as well. And it's kind of see like me putting different pressures kind of thing. It hasn't kind of picked up. It feels like a 2,000 level sensitivity, pressure sensitivity, instead of the 8,000 when advertised. And this is a 500, 700 Australian dollar drawing tablet-ish, and I kind of don't expect that. It kind of took me a while to know what the reason is. Might as well just head this way. Why not? Bunch of stuff over here. It's connected to a simple HDMI cable. This one I believe is for the power supply, and then you have this, a printer cable. This is what this. Let me see if we can adjust it any better. Let's put it on the lights a bit. Let's see if that helps. So yeah, this is a printer cable. I have never seen anything like this before. Usually USB-B or something like that for the smaller ones. I always just connect one to one of the smaller drawing tablets. This is my very first large one I ever owned. So yeah, so this is the printer cable that's attached to it. It took me a long while to know what the hell this thing is, but this thing is indeed a cable. So this is the original one that came along with the actual drawing tablet itself, and this is connected to a dongle. Which is the first issue. Dongles are kind of suckish in transferring information. So if you have ever attached a dongle, a pressure thing, or like the pressure sensors to a dongle itself, I just plugged it into one of the official USB ports, the actual one. Yeah, sometimes the pressure recognition is off, and a lot of information is kind of cut off. And if you also have different informations like the keyboard attached to it or something like that, there's information block flows and stuff like that, interactions. So I just switched that to the USB cable and to see what happens. Sorry if this is kind of dizzy. And yeah, the pressure kind of just comes back a bit more, or at least spacing a bit, but you see there's still like this kind of gibberish around it. Whenever I try to draw, it doesn't really follow the pen a bit. That part of the pen had the tip connected to it, and it's not really showing that well. It used to be a lot worse than this, but I'm not sure why. But yeah, that's an issue with it, and I always blame the tablet for it, because my very first huion tablet, I have 2 XP pens and a Gaomon tablet, which never really had this issue before. So let's unplug this and just chunk it somewhere else, I suppose. And let's pick up another one. This oh yeah, this is my main workstation. Is literally a laptop, a Metabox laptop, on top of air filter. So this is pretty nice. It allows for some pretty good cooling, I suppose. Though it doesn't really need it. Well, it does when I'm using it, of course. I wrap when you really hit the thing to like 240 watts, it kind of gets hot. So this is a different one, actually. I remember it was a day where I just went to Kmart or something like that, and yeah, this is a much longer cable that I have. Yep. So yeah, I remember going to Kmart and thinking about myself that the original pressure cable was a bit too short for my current setup right now, so I have a monitor attached to everything. over there. So it's quite the distance. So I figured while my new drawing tablet arrives, the Gamma one, which is taking forever to ship, yeah, I bought another one as well. So after I literally fixed this thing, then the pressure is all okay now, and now yeah, after I bought a new drawing tablet, this is also a similar spec one from Gammon. So this is also a secondary printer cable. Please focus. Yeah, there's a new one I bought from Kmart. It cost about $5. 101% of the cost of a new drawing tablet. Shove it back in. Yep. How this thing working? I forgot. Let's just shove that thing back in again. Yeah. Alright, it's in properly now. Maybe add an end cable. Maybe I want to snuff it in a bit here. Yep. It's actually a bit too long for me. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. And I'm gonna just plug it into an actual USB port. And I really just find a way to just bring back all the pressure sensitivity again. It's like, it's very, very nice. This is, yeah, as before you can see like there's a lot of jittery scripts here. If I try something similar again, you can see there's a lot more connected now, and a lot of things is a lot better. So it's one of those things you can't really say works so well. It's like, if you ever try to draw something, it's just the feel of the stroke on the end of the pen. You feel it's kind of off, and sometimes with this, when you're importing a new pen, you kind of just want to add a new pressure stem to it. So you go to workspace, monitor calibration, boom, 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 boom. Click on that layer. Yeah, it feels a lot better. Like how the pen pressure goes and the way it's supposed to land on the paper. It's like super soft strokes now. Actually has a registry to things. So it's super neat. Let's complete this eye thingy, I suppose. Oh, that doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's a smile. So yeah, I recommend trying, and it kind of just works again. It kind of feels just right. It's something you can't really show or like feel or anything like that. But yeah, it's something that I recommend trying out if you ever feel like the pressure sensitivity is kind of feeling off a bit, and you just kind of want to give it a try to see what happens. It's a really good feeling to have the pressure sensitivity the way you like it, and just, I don't know, especially for lineup, this is really important. This is one of the main reasons why you want to go to just cotton painting, where you don't use any lines. Hey, sort of a face. I don't know, you can see it. It's, I know, it still feels a bit off. Pretty sure just need to restart the computer to just tell them, hey, a new line's actually connected now, please, there's a pressure sensitivity stuff for that. But yeah, it used to be a big issue where it's like, if I try to, give a constant pressure, it would just kind of go something like this in the midway of it. So it's kind of feel clipped in the pressure sensitivities. Yeah, if you ever have an issue where you feel like the pressure doesn't feel quite right on your drawing tablet, yeah, try changing out the pressure cable, whatever that is. If yours is similar to mine, let me see if we grab the right one. If yours uses a similar one to mine, yeah, this is called a printer cable, I believe. Yeah, give it a try and change things out to see if it improves the experience a lot. So yeah, try it out. It doesn't really hurt anything like that. It costs a few dollars, so yeah, it helped me get a pressure sensitivity down. I always blame myself for like getting the lines wrong a bit more, and this having this more correct pressure sensitivity, this allows a bit more things. Just makes life a lot easier for drawing. Because drawing is hard enough as it is, really. It doesn't make you a better drawer though. I still suck at drawing, so hope everybody has a good day. Hope this is useful anyway. Try it out maybe. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye bye.